Good morning, everybody. Sorry about that before. I had something else going on here that I needed to pause and turn back. But good morning. So glad to be with you this morning. I wasn't sure when I was going to get with you today, but I'm glad I was able to do it. I think I'm close to on time. It's 6:15 or 6:25 here in Oregon, so it's maybe a little bit later for you. But good morning. I'm glad to be with you. It's a beautiful day. I'm in Portland, Oregon right now with Ruth's sister Jude. I'm going to get to hang out with her for a couple of days, right in the shadow of Rainier and Mount Hood and Mount St. Helens. They're all around us. It's really, really beautiful. Today we're still in Daniel chapter 7, and maybe you've wondered, like, what is going on? Why are we in this chapter so long? We're reading like 2 verses at a time. And then you start to think that there's a lot about what we're covering in chapter 7 that we've actually already covered before. If you think back to the dreams of King Nebuchadnezzar, the couple of dreams that he has, the dream of, or the writing on the wall for King Darius. When you start to think about all these dreams, there's one basic message that all of these dreams have shared, and it's simply this: that God is sovereign, that Jesus is on his throne, that Jesus is king, and that's definitely an awesome message that you and I need to hear, especially with it feels like we're talking about COVID again, but with everything else that's been going on, all the changes, all the new ordinances in Milwaukee. It's so important right now. I think as much as ever. I was going to say more than ever, except that's not ever true. As much as ever to remember that Jesus is king, that God's on his throne. Except there's one thing that makes this particular chapter and all the dreams that Daniel has and the rest of the chapters a little bit different. In the early chapters, God is trying to teach the kings, King Nebuchadnezzar, King Belshazzar, King Darius. He's trying to teach them that he's God. He's trying to humble these kings underneath him. In Daniel chapter 7, he's trying to teach Daniel and really all of God's people. If you look back and read it, who's God talking to? He talks about the holy ones, the saints. And in this particular chapter, I think it's verse 18, God tells Daniel, then the kingdom will be given to the holy ones, and they will possess the kingdom of God forever and ever. So there's this new message. It's not really new, it's just specific. Because when you're speaking to an unbelieving king, you have to give him one message, a message about God's sovereignty and power and might, and try to humble him underneath it. But then when you're talking to God's people who are underneath these kings, who are oppressed by these kings, who are afraid of these kings, who are afraid of the future, who are afraid of whatever it is, it's important for God's people to know the kingdom belongs to me. The kingdom of our God has been given to the holy people of the Most High, and they will possess it forever and ever. That's the specific message that God gives Daniel in this section of our reading today. So it's important for you to know that not only, so there's 2 truths that walk side by side for us. There's 2 truths. One is that God is sovereign, that Jesus is king, that Jesus is on his throne, and as I said yesterday, the Lord is in this place. Wherever you are, there he is. But the second truth is, right next to the truth that God is sovereign, is the second truth that you are part of his kingdom. God is not lording and ruling and mighty. Hang on. God is not ruling and mighty over things in your life as if you were just a servant or a slave or a subject in his kingdom. God is sovereign over his kingdom, and you are his royalty. Remember what Peter wrote to the early Christians: you are a chosen people, you are a royal priesthood, you are a holy nation, you are a people who belongs to God. Right? You are special to God. You are princes and princesses, kings and queens in the kingdom of God. God is sovereign, and he is on his throne, and by his grace he has made you a king or a queen in his kingdom. So find comfort in that today, friends. Find comfort in that, because God is not just sovereign, he is sovereign with you by his side, and you will reign with him. You do reign with him by the power of the gospel. You will reign with him forever in all glory. You are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people belonging to God, a people who are special to him. So the Lord grant you comfort and peace today as you live for him. He is with you. He is sovereign. And the kingdom of God, it belongs to you. Have a great day, everybody. The Lord be with you all.